Hey boys and girls, once again, Mike Kelly. Really quick. I'm going to do this. This hopefully won't take even more than about a minute or two. In my last video showing the paste relative keys, I was trying to show you how you could paste relative and have somebody step up. And here's an example of a guy moving his arms animation. I'm going to show you this because I got a phone call at the very end. I got a little rattled and I forgot to actually show you. You can definitely have this happen properly without going back and recopying the key in as I did at the end. And that's because I had forgot to put a hold key in. And that's actually a good point. The reason I don't mind doing this video again, it's a good thing to point out on any time that you're doing any keying, is that you want to put hold keys to establish your hold position for any animation. So I'm going to show you that. So since I think that's worthwhile seeing, is here I'm going to have him slowly stand up. So I'm in my tool and I'm going to have him stand at the end here. And just like with any of the animation that occurs in Anime Studio, he will transition between the previous key and that key. So if I set keys to hold all this, you'll see he's sitting down here, and now you see when I set a new key how he moves into that position. That's true of any time you set a key, is it transitions there, and you can set the mode of transition, whether how you want it interpolated between those transitions, and even adjust curves if you want. That's a whole other tutorial. But in any case, what I wanted to do was have him step up. So I did this in the original one. You can look at that video again. I put this key, and this key here is frozen. But the problem is there's no key on the rest of this foot. So when I come over here to here, and if I were to paste relative here, if I take all these keys and then paste relative, and I'll show you that, what's going to happen is he takes a step up, but you notice this foot's transitioning up to that paste relative position. And that's not really what I wanted to have happen. What I wanted to have happen was to have him actually step up. And to do that, all I have to do is put it, and what I'm doing is I have a key assigned to a keyboard shortcut that just sets keys on all my bones. But I could have just keyed it by just holding this key in. But by setting a key there, now what I've done is, if I go ahead and do a paste relative, now there's no transition. Notice how that backward foot is holding down. Now, as we move up, he actually steps up properly there. So that's all you need to do is just, and if we had a step here, as I was going to have drawn, which I probably should have drawn, you'd have seen it more closely. But that's all you really have to do is set your hold keys properly when you do that. And I didn't do it. I got phone call. I got rattled. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. Anyway, kids, I hope this is helpful at all. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them for me on animatorsforum.com, and we'll see you around.